Hi, I'm Wendy with Farm to Market Girl, and today I'm honored to sit down with author Stacey Payne to talk about the story behind Mitchell the Mighty Warrior. It's a book born in love, shaped by faith, and written to bring hope to families. Today we get to know Stacey, hear the inspiration behind this beautiful book, and learn how God has worked throughout her journey. Stacey, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Stacey, for those that are meeting you for the first time today, would you tell them a little bit about who you are?
Sure. So my name's Stacey Payne. I am a Christian, a wife, a mom, and I'm also an educator. I'm about to start my 8th year in the school system, and I am now a published author.
That's amazing. We are so excited. I have read this book. I love this book. Every meaningful book has a beginning. Would you share with us the beginning of this that led to this journey?
Yeah. So on September 20th, 2023, I had my first child. It was a little boy, and we named him Mitchell. And, he just changed our world for the better. We were new parents. He was a great sleeper, so we were really thankful for that. Big smiles, lots of snuggles. But in November, he passed away unexpectedly around Thanksgiving, and we later learned that it was due to a congenital heart defect that was undetected, and that was really hard. And as I walked through one of the hardest seasons I've ever been at this point in my life, God just was really faithful to me and just put a story on my heart and helped me take all of that pain I was experiencing and put it into a story of hope.
That's amazing. At what point did you realize that you were really going to write a book?
Honestly, it was really just kind of like just a random day. The title, I feel like he really placed on my heart early on. I think some of it stems from, children with congenital heart defects. They usually call them heart warriors. And so that played a part. And then it was just like a random day that I was like, okay, I've got a starting point, put it on paper, and then, lots of time and editing and, adding and revising later. It is what it is today.
Did you see yourself when you were younger as being an author? Was that something you had thought about before?
It was. It was always something I wanted to do, to publish a book, but I never had like the right story or anything that was personal enough to stick with. And I feel like this one, really, to God be the glory on this one.
That's amazing. It is an amazing book. Faith is woven throughout the story. How did your relationship with God shape both your healing and the way you chose to tell Mitchell's story?
Well, as far as telling Mitchell's story, whenever he passed away, I really just had two choices. I could, stay where I was in my grief, and that really wasn't an option for me because I believe in the Bible and I believe that God is who he says he is, and that Mitchell is whole and he is in heaven, and I want the opportunity to be there with him. And so I wanted to give people a glimpse into the hope that God provided to me. Like I said, it was very vulnerable, but I just felt like God really spoke to me, and I really tried to dig into his word, and that's what comforted me throughout, even now, throughout this time of learning how to mourn what I've lost, but be grateful for what I still have and for what I had with Mitchell while he was here.
Who is this book for? Like, who is the person that should be reading this book?
I think it can be anybody. I think it can be for kids who may also have a congenital heart defect, or maybe they're awaiting surgery, or maybe it's just for a kid who's scared because there might be a monster under his bed and they're not sure what's in the dark. Or maybe it's for parents who are walking in unknown with their child, or who have lost a child, or just anybody who's afraid of what circumstances might be ahead. Just a way to give them hope.
If someone picked up Mitchell the Mighty Warrior and opened it up, what would you say is the heart of what they're going to read?
I would say it's really just an inspiration to be courageous, don't be afraid, and put your faith in the one who does know the way, even if you don't.
One of the first things that I noticed about this book is the beautiful artwork. Do you have a favorite page on here that is very close and special to you?
I do, actually, and it's really hard to pick just one. Danica, I did not know her before working on this project, but she did a really good job of taking kind of my vision and making it even better than what I had imagined. I think if I had to choose a favorite, like in this moment, it would be towards the end. So spoiler alert, this page here, I feel like, personally speaking, because like I said, this book was a part of my own healing journey, the way that she was able to portray like the storm, but then being on the other side of it in victory, is just like, to me, it's a picture of heaven. It's a picture of seeing purpose within my pain. And again, just hope that there's more than the pain you're experiencing right now in this moment.
It's beautiful. This book is absolutely gorgeous. Every single page is very similar to this. It is very beautiful and very bright, vibrant. The illustrator did an amazing job. And I feel like they've really captured Mitchell as to what he would look like at this age.
Yes.
She did an amazing job.
She did. Thank you for saying that.
She did an amazing job.
That was really one of the goals, was, to honor his legacy. That's what she did.
Okay, Stacey, looking back over the entire process, was there anything that really surprised you about writing this book?
I guess just really how it all came together, what started as something, just a title, just something that kept playing over and over, and then actually having like the finished product, and seeing it come all the way through. I think the vulnerability in it, and being able to be that vulnerable, and share that with the world, I feel like that's something that only God could do.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to take that. And so, yeah, I think just the most surprising thing is that it's, come this far, and just the way that it's helped me personally, and hopefully it helps somebody else.
How long did the process take from you getting the idea and starting to write things down until you received this beautiful book in the mail?
It was probably about 1.5 years. So I took a few rounds of editing and things like that, and, waiting on other people's schedules and coordinating and having to learn how to publish and do all of those things. It was about 1.5 years.
This book is such a beautiful legacy of love. When readers finish it, what do you hope they remember most about Mitchell?
I just hope that they remember that he was brave, and that maybe it inspires them to be brave too.
Before we finish today, is there anything on your heart that you were hoping to share that I didn't think to ask?
Yes, actually, someone asked me, what does it mean to be a mighty warrior? And I prayed about that for a little bit, and the Lord gave me Ephesians 6:10. If you're familiar with Ephesians, that's where they talk about putting on the armor of God. But at the beginning of that section, in verse 10, this is Ephesians 6:10, it says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might." So I think what's important to remember is that a mighty warrior isn't someone who relies on their own strength, but the mightiest warriors put their faith in the Almighty.
Finally, where can everyone find Mitchell the Mighty Warrior and follow you if they would like to learn more?
So you can buy Mitchell the Mighty Warrior online, Amazon, Walmart.com, BarnesandNoble.com. You can connect with me through Facebook, or my website is paynebooks.com. That's PAYNE books.com.
Stacey, thank you so much for spending time with us today. It's been such a privilege to hear your heart and learn more about your journey and celebrate the beautiful legacy that you've created through Mitchell the Mighty Warrior. If you would like to learn more about Stacey or learn more about Mitchell the Mighty Warrior, you can follow along on her website, or you can check out in the details below.